Hello everyone, welcome back to the Magnificent Mags channel. I'm going to do a quick post-match review. I'd rather not. I wish I'd took melatonin before I watched that because that was an absolute waste of, what was it, 96, 97 minutes? Hang on, I'll just turn the TV on to mute because we've got the man slayed by Grimsby there. Even though Man United won the day, I don't want to hear from them. But yeah, that game, honestly, that was abysmal. Look, I seen the lineup, and now I'm not sold on that formation. I'd rather never see 3-4-2-1 again. It is a terrible formation. The players looked like they were trying to figure out what they were doing all match. But you know what? I was like encouraged a little bit. Like I'd seen the lineup, and I thought, well, look, we've went to a back 3-4 in midfield, and I was thinking, will we look to get joy from wide areas, which we did. Not that we done much with it. I was happy to see Asula get his chance because, yeah, he's a third choice striker if we had, say, three strikers. And it showed the day, though. He was abysmal. Yes, he carried up the pitch on a couple of occasions to relieve pressure, but he's not a striker. We do need another one in. Look, I'm absolutely buzzing to see Woltemade next month. Once the break's over, we'll obviously play Wolves. He'll start, but again, he's not a full out 9. He's also a 10. So I think we do need someone in to help him out there, to help him bed in, who's experienced in the Premier League up front. So I still feel we need like an Asula or a Strand Larson in. And EddieHowe said in his post-match interview there that he doesn't think the business is done. He's right to bat away the questions about the rat. Well, he hasn't seen him for over 2 weeks and he's sick of talking about him. Look, I just want him sold now because, in my opinion, we should have had at least 7 points. Even with maybe him the day, I still don't think we created enough. I think we should have had at least 7 points. Yeah, we maybe could have got 9 if we had him there. But look, that first half, yes, nice patterns of play, a lot of joy in wide areas, but we're just not got anyone in there with experience. Yes, Asula tried, but just no one to get on the end of them. Always a gap in that box. In first half as well, we're very sloppy. Bruno was a shadow of himself from Monday. And it was great to see Tonali back in there. He tried, but yeah, we're very sloppy. We're giving away in dangerous areas. But look, I'll say this. I've got to give credit to Tino Livramento. He was our best player first off. Tino was absolutely brilliant. Just where he does his drop of the shoulder and he can turn away, like on a 180 away from his man and like carry up the pitch. He's such a fantastic player, and I'm glad to see he's got his England call-up. Credit, though, as well to Dan Burn and Fabian Schär. Sven Botman as well. Look, he gave away a couple of fouls, but they were solid defensively. Look, we thought, oh, we got the balance right. We're solid defensively again, like 2 seasons ago, where we had, I think, the joint best defence with Arsenal, was it? But yeah, well, with defence is watertight. Yeah, I know it conceded against Liverpool, but unbeaten away from home, 2-0 against a newly promoted team and a good team in Villa. But again, you just think if we had any potency up front, we would have done better. I've got to give credit to Nick Pope. I'll say this. He was very good on crosses, corners and everything like that, set pieces. He commanded his area well. So Nick Pope had a solid game. I thought Tino was good. More so first half, Burn and Shaw were good. Midfield, so-and-so. I just think Howe maybe overthought it a bit. Because Leeds haven't scored a goal from open play this season. And well, they deserve the point. A point was fair in my opinion. I know I thought we could have got more. That's if we had a proper striker. But a point was fair. And I think he overthought it though. All it needed was Jacob Ramsey in for Joe Linton. And then put Will Asula in for Gordon. And then just go again with 4-3-3. But I want 3-4-2-1 binned. It was just awful. As I said, the players looked like they were constantly trying to figure out what they were doing. And then second half, my God, it was just awful. What did we have overall? Was it 10 attempts and 2 shots on target all game, both from Jacob Murphy? That just says it all. And you know what? We brought Barnes and Elanga on, and they're done out. I called for Barnes and Elanga on me post at half time, but Barnes done absolutely nothing. He did get service. He did. He done nothing. And Elanga, well, he's got all the pace. his end product really needs working on, because it was just abysmal. Yeah, so it makes you think, will Jacob Murphy deserve a start against Wolves? On the evidence so far, Alanga's not looking like he's worth £55 million. His pace is frightening, but he needs an end product. Again, I know there's not a striker in there, so you can't argue that to be objective. But it just tells you that it's the lowest XG game. I'm not a big fan of XG, but when you say XG after this game was 1.01, like, honestly, that's just terrible. It was just a terrible game overall. Their best players, I know that Carragher give it a Longstaff. And look, fair play. I'd probably say Longstaff maybe deserves it, but I think their best player was still Nonto. He always caused problems, especially when he received it out wide and cut in. And he knows all about the Isak saga, because he was a player who wanted to leave Leeds. But then he actually done the right thing. He come back, apologised and scored when he returned. But yeah, Leeds have got a solid 4 points from the start of their season. Fair play to them. Like I said in my preview earlier, Arsenal away is not going to define their season. So to get a win against Everton, who've won again the day at Wolves, and a point against us, fair play to them. But it just feels like we've dropped at least 5 points. We should be on at least 7. I don't think we deserve to win the day. We could have done so much more, even without a striker. I honestly feel we could have. But yeah, we should have been at least 7. You could. Some people will argue it could have been 9. We've been the better team against Villa and Liverpool. But yeah, again, it's that lack of cutting edge, and it's so frustrating. But I'm not going to just blame it on a lack of striker. The day we could have done so much more. So yeah, solid defensively, but absolutely nothing in attack. We were toothless. We were blunt. And it is frustrating because I just feel like that game was there to be won the day, and we could have went into the break with 4 points, and then we'll bounce into it with optimism with Wolves at home, and then Barcelona to follow on the Thursday. But yeah, honestly, I wish I took melatonin, as I said at the start of this post-match review. That game was abysmal. Absolutely one to forget. I was going to say fun to forget. One to forget. And yeah, Luke Edwards' post was right. It was like trench warfare. 2 teams just scrapping it out, and Longstaff put in a couple of meaty tackles on some of his best mates. But yeah, Bruno, like I said, was a shadow of himself. Tonali tried. Ramsey, worrying that he'd come off with an injury. Ironically, from a Longstaff tackle. Elanga and Barnes, awful. Asula done absolutely nothing. Murphy was our best attacking player. Defence solid. Pope very good. Despite the lack of chances against him, like I said, he commanded his area well. Yeah, it just feels like opportunities lost, but you've just got to look at it this way. Still the start of the season. I feel the international breaks come at the right time. So yeah, we've just got to just hope that once we've went into the break, then the players can reset, recharge, refocus, and then go again against looks like a poor Wolves team. Then fingers crossed that we've also got like a Wissar, Strand Larson in. I feel like we maybe need another midfielder as well. Like, I hope there's something in the Fratesi links, the Inter Milan player, with a loan to obligation to buy. But I don't know. Like, that feels optimistic, but it felt like we were lacking another midfielder today, a creative one who could break Leeds down. I don't feel like we had too much creativity in there. Again, we got into good areas, wide and centrally, but then it was too much of like trying to walk the ball into the net. But yeah, that first half, all right. Second half, just absolutely awful, honestly. And I feel for the away fans who travel down there. Like I said, I love to go to away games. I've seen plenty of awful games over the years, but yeah, that was a shocker the day. So luckily my mate's staying with his cousin who's from Leeds tonight, who's down there, like I said in my preview video. So yeah, I hope he has a good night and plenty of drink to forget that. And the away fans were a credit again. Isak is I'm not going to say it on this video, I don't want to swear. And I did I'll say this, the chance where they went, Jimmy Savile, he's one of your own. And then the Leeds fans responded with, he shagged Ant Deck. That made us crease. The away fans are the best thing today. But anyway, that's my post-match review. I wish I didn't have to do it. It was absolutely abysmal, awful. But look, let's just reset in the international break, refocus, and then we've got the Champions League to look forward to. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.